Hello, everybody. If you just plugged in, this is Bill Walsh. We're coming to you live. We've got our amazing day learning about internet marketing. So if you're just plugging in, whether you're on the Power Team channel or you're on the Twitch channel or LinkedIn channel, I'm sure we'll find you somewhere. So we want to welcome all of our YouTube guests and certainly some of the Twitter, not the Twitter, but the Twitch guests. And of course, for those that are on the Power Team channel. So if you're just logging in on Power Team USA, we should probably see you there somewhere. And we've got a special day planned for you, lots of good information. We've got about, I don't know, I think there's about 25 or 40 to register for today. So it's a really cool class. We got some new stuff to talk to you about today. So every week we'll have these calls, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, different classes on entrepreneurship, one internet marketing and one public speaking. We have a public speaking class tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific. We also have planned for you on Thursday, if you'll be around. We have our Digital Success Summit with Mr. Brian Tracy. So these are all great things for you to plug into. You can always review these videos. They're always on YouTube, or the latest ones are on Twitch. I do recommend if you're watching today, get plugged into Twitch, learn how to use Twitch. Pretty soon we'll have a subscriber database there. Hi, Edna. How are you? Good to have you on. Welcome. I see we've got some new folks that are just plugging in. If you're on the main stream on the powerteamlive.com page, you just have to join Twitch for free, and then you can comment there as well. But welcome to the stream. Glad to have you on. We always recommend setting up watch parties. So if you're around, get a watch party going. You can invite some other folks to it and get plugged in. Usually Michael hosts this call. We have virtual masterminds actually running right now in Detroit, Michigan. So we're doing some different things at the same time. But there's no doubt we are super excited about what's happening with all the new stuff in terms of online marketing, offline marketing. I see some folks that just plug it in. So if you just plug it in, welcome everybody. We'll actually pull up the Twitch channel too. So we'll see you on there in just a second. We are working on a lot of new digital stuff. And of course, that's how we get better every day, right? I wish I could tell you that we had it all down to a science. We don't. We're new also. So if you're plugging in, definitely just share the stream. Get some other folks you might know. Get comfortable using our new powerteamlive.com site. We have an event tag on there. So I see Michelle's on there. Thanks, Michelle. Let me just get into the EM live stream here too as well. And what's nice about this too is that we're working on making it easier to ask questions and get more interaction. And we'll keep getting better at this. Obviously, every time we do this, we get better. But if you're just logging in for the first time, that's okay. Welcome. Please grab a cup of coffee, grab something to write with. You'll get a lot of notes today. We're going to talk about some of the things that don't work in your online marketing, things that do work in your online marketing. I see the Twitch box is open now, so I want to welcome all the Twitch folks. Anyone that's on Twitch at all, welcome. Twitch. So if you're just getting into the room, cool. Just say hello and put up a 1 or something there, so you got all the. If the sound is good, just push a 1. We'll try to make this interactive. Welcome, Paul. Good to have you on. Thank you so much. I see a couple of people just adding on the Twitch channel as well. Michigan, once again, Michelle, thanks. If you can hit the top, we'll invite people. Yeah, definitely invite people. Here's where you go, right? At the top, you can hit plus and invite people that you'd love to learn about online marketing. This is a good time to do that. I see a lot of those folks are probably maybe on the Power Team USA channel or coming directly in from Twitch or YouTube, or my LinkedIn. We now have this live on the Power Team LinkedIn page. Never done this before, all new, but super, super excited. But this really grows by you sharing it each week, right? So if you could just share our Twitch, or if you could share just go to powerteamlive.com. It has all of our events for the week on there. Just begin to share that page, get more people opting in. We'll get more content each week. You can then review the content we're going to release next week, where you'll get a lot of this information for free. So there's some really new stuff that's coming out. And once again, thanks for being on. And Paul, thanks for being on. Good to see you. Eddie, glad you could hear right now. I've got Austin just waiting. He'll be on the stream in about 2 minutes. So I just want to make sure that you're all getting ready. Get your pads of paper ready to go. If you got some questions, you can plug them on the main page. If you're watching on the main page at iPowerTeam Live, if you're the Power Team Live site, you can put some stuff there on the bottom of Twitch. Otherwise, you can also do it from the Facebook page. So we're working on a lot of this stuff. Hello, Eric Zulli. You rock. Thanks for being on, Eric. Appreciate you, buddy. We'll look forward to seeing you on the live stream with Brian Tracy and Greg Williams in a couple days. But if you guys are online listening today, just share this feed wherever you'd like to share it with. And we want to just, once again, lots of notes, internet marketing today. Do not miss any of this stuff. We're going to start about 1 more minute. I'll give you 1 more minute to get your stuff together. Like I said, get a pad of paper, get a pen. This is Bill Walsh with Power Team International. Our guest speaker today will be Mr. Austin Walsh. He'll be on here in just about another 45 seconds. We just want to let some of you guys get on the stream from the different channels that we're broadcasting on. And this is new for us, everybody. Just so you know, we're no experts at this online broadcasting. We've been doing live events for 15 plus years, but this is all new. But we're getting better at it, and we'll continue to make sure the technology gets better. We'll make sure it's easier for people to log in and get some of the details. I do want to make sure that you know that if you would like to get for a complimentary session to review some of your internet marketing with Austin Walsh, just text. I'll put it right. This will be up for part of the screen today. Internet to 26786, and that's a great added value. Hello, gosh, great to have you on, Deborah. Thanks so much. Glad you were here. Let me just share some of this information with you guys. It's also on Twitch Live, so you'll be able to see it there in our stream. It's really exciting time, though. I think that, you know, if you think about what the opportunity is, there's no shortage of opportunities right now. But I also want to just really thank Austin for jumping on today. He's got a lot of information to share with you, take a lot of notes. Austin's my son. He's really someone I've learned so much from, someone I've been honored to work with for the last over a decade now. I've watched him lecture at Harvard, lecture at some of the biggest conferences in the country, and he's always innovating. He's always working on the bottom line things that work, you know, cut through all the chaos. I think that's what you should really focus on today is how do you cut through all the chaos, learn to get more leads online, really understand how to drive more people. And guys, keep sharing this. Hey, Tommy, thanks, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for sending me those shirts. Tommy, put a link to your shirts on there, would you? I don't let people do a lot of broadcasting of their websites, but if you would put a link to, Tommy Lark has the coolest shirts in the country that if you ever want to get the most comfortable t-shirts ever, you buy one of Tommy's shirts. So Tommy, if you could put a link up there, that'd be great. You know, we got a number of folks that are adding on right now. We're pretty close to our number at about 35 people that are watching live right now. And I think that we love all those heart signs and thumbs up. But really, if you want to put more topics on the screen that you want to learn about, put the topics up there and we'll research them for you each week. You know, we have different speakers each day. Monday's entrepreneurship. Tuesday, of course, is internet marketing. Wednesday is public speaking. Thursday is lots of great speakers every week. This week, Brian Tracy. Next week, John Asroff. We've got Eric Zuley coming on this Thursday. We've got Dr. Wendy Labat. We've got Mary Jo Hilliker. We've got Greg Williams, one of the best-selling authors called The Master Negotiator, will be on this Thursday. Best-selling author, I think over 1 million books now around the world. That's not easy to do. I don't care how you can tell me how great your authorship is, but not many people have sold 1 million books. So you'll love him on how to negotiate through these toughest times. He'll give you some tips on body language, really the power of your language, how to deal with crisis when it shows up. Yeah, Tommy, definitely think. Put your link out there, Tommy. If you got a link for your company, put a link for your shirts. They're really awesome. We miss you too, Deborah. So we're so glad to have you on, Deborah. Thanks so much. You know, I know that Cheryl Brenner will probably pop on one of the channels as well. But if you're coming in live today, please just share the stream right now. Set up a watch party. Get it out to whoever you can think of, and I'll add some comments all the way through. But what I'd like to do right now is I'd like to bring on Austin Walsh and have him share with you some great tips on internet marketing. Maybe talk about some of the things that don't work, right? Because we always try things, sometimes don't work. And then of course, once again, if what he talks about makes sense, you could use some help. Please make sure. I think Michelle, you just got to keep those comments a little shorter, otherwise they take up the whole screen, as you can see. So we can't do this. So keep them a little bit shorter. Shorter comments work a whole lot better. But Austin, I know you've been waiting to jump on. So if I could, let me add you to the screen. I'd love to have you on the stream, and I'll bring you on. There we go.
Buddy. Hello.
How are you, buddy?
How am I sound? Do I sound okay?
Try it again. You're sounding okay. As long as you don't go back and forth, it sounded okay. It's kind of wherever you're going to stay, just stay in that one spot, I think, maybe.
Super cool. Sounds like a
plan. That sounds really good. And then if you want, I can share the screen with you, I think, or you can just, there should be a share screen on the bottom there. If you see that, you can just share that. I'll jump off. You got a great number of folks on listening today, so I'll turn it over to you. And thanks so much for all you do, and keep up the great work. Love you, buddy.
Love you too. Thank you. Hold on, guys. 1 second. I'm trying to set the share screen thing up. Log into something. Cool. Might not work. That's okay. We'll rock anyway. So first off, welcome to week 3 or 4 of these calls that we've been doing. I hope you've been enjoying them every single week. I know we've steadily growth, and the technology keeps getting better and better, which is absolutely awesome. I've upgraded today. I got some pretty fancy markers that I'm going to use instead of my not so fancy pen, which is awesome. It's been interesting, like as we see the waves of what's been going on in the country and how things are getting better in some places and not so good in other places. How we have to continue to adapt, and different things keep happening, and I think there's more opportunity right now, more so than ever, right? And so I think what I kind of want to go through and talk about today is like, what are some of the things that you absolutely need, and then what are some of the things that you might not absolutely need, and then what are some of the things to kind of be careful about. So in saying this, like obviously. And if at any point during this call you have questions, what's up, Tommy? Thank you, brother. Fire. I was gonna wear a shirt today, but then I put the other one on. But I got it on later. But if you have any questions whatsoever as we kind of go through this, please fire away questions. I can see all the comments in every single different video. So if you got questions, fire them away. They should pop up, and I'll be able to answer them pretty quickly here. So if you think about all the things that we need, like. In my mind, the first thing that every single business needs and has to have to grow, prosper, and eventually sell is obviously you got to have leads, right? So step 1 is leads. So now the question becomes, where do I get these leads from, right? And there's all these different places to generate leads, and you're told like this place could be good, this place could be bad. And before, traditionally, like let's say 3 months ago, you could talk about lead generation would work by networking, by going out and talking to people, by going to events. Well, that's changed, so we can't go out and network anymore, right? So let's X-nay that one for now. Secondly, when you think about lead generation, there's all these different social media channels. I mean, you got Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitch, Pinterest, TikTok, all these different places to generate leads from. Now, in my opinion, every single one of these networks has like a different demographic associated with it. Like when you think LinkedIn, you think corporate or older. When you think TikTok, you think young. When you think Snapchat, you think young. When you think Instagram, you think millennials or younger, or photo blog or lifestyle or health and wellness. When you think YouTube, you think people that like to enjoy video content or watch video content. When you think SEO, you think Google, and you think maybe they'll click on this and be interested in this. When you think Facebook, you kind of think of everybody, because of the fact that there's so many different people on there, especially now people are spending a lot more time on social media. So there's a ton of traffic there. So we got to figure out what are the places that we're going to generate leads from. So number 1, of course, in my opinion, is definitely Facebook, right? Like Facebook is a great place to generate lead from, because of the fact that there's a ton of people spending time on there. Every single demographic is covered. They know everything about you. I mean, it's scary, but it's true. They know where you spend your time at. They know what you like to do. They know which websites you've been on. And the ads are pretty affordable. Like you're not going to spend a fortune on Facebook to generate a quality lead, right? Like you're going to be getting clicks at a reasonable amount. I'm sure the price has gone up the last few weeks, but that's okay. They're still at a reasonable amount. So Facebook is by far one of the great solid places to generate leads from, okay? And we've talked about what do you want to do to generate a lead before, so we're kind of going to skip that a little bit, but let's talk about lead generation. Number 2, like what's the second great place to generate leads? I'm going to say referrals. Like I think referrals are by far like one of the best ways to generate leads, because of the fact that it costs you nothing. Like even when you hop on this call today, we ask you, hey, start a watch party or go share with your friends. Because if every single person that's watching this goes and shares with 5 more people, we've now doubled or tripled our viewership with just a very simple thing. We're just pressing one button. So referrals are a great way to generate leads and sell more stuff and get quality leads without having to pay a ton for it. Now, how do you pay a referral? And it's different upon every single business, but I think you pay referrals based on how they sell. If they sell better, you pay them more. If they sell less, then if they don't sell much, then you don't pay them that much. But referral-based marketing is a great way to generate a ton of different leads without having to put up a ton of cash up front. So what can you do now? you can spend an hour and a half every single day literally just working on referral partners, going and finding people that have audiences that your product or service would be very attractive to. So if you're in health and wellness, you go and talk to fitness bloggers. If you're in, weight loss, you go and talk to someone that's all about weight loss. If you're in internet marketing or digital products, you go find other people that sell digital products and online marketing stuff. So whatever it is that you're doing, you can go and find people that already have that audience built and offer them some kind of a commission or cash up front or something like that to promote you. Right now, like, you can do webinar swaps and do video swaps and do these live calls and talk on these calls. And there's plenty of amazing opportunities right now for that, right? Okay, next. So I think Google is definitely probably one of the best places to get traffic from, just because of the fact that, look, people are still searching for stuff every single day. People are spending a ton of time on the internet, and Google, obviously, if someone searches for, how to make more money or how to get my stimulus check or how to do anything, your ad has a good potential way of popping up. So I'm not saying so much SEO. I think SEO is very competitive and very hard and really good for like local based businesses. But when it comes to actually like having solid traffic coming to the site, searching for things, Google's an absolutely great place to get it. Okay, so let's continue. I think like live events obviously have changed quite a bit in the last few weeks, but live events are an awesome place to still get leads. Now, live events aren't the exact same as they used to be, but hey, right now you're at a live event. We are live. We've been live for 17 minutes. This is an event that you're at. You can talk with people. You can communicate with everybody. You can have a conversation with people. Live events are awesome and a great way to meet people, and you can still do that exact same thing. So if you're doing live events now, or if you're not doing live events now, you should be speaking at as many live events as you possibly can. And you should be out there networking and talking to people at these live events. Like, if you're at this live event right now and you're not commenting in here, you're making a huge mistake, because no one even knows who you are. Like, you have an opportunity to showcase yourself in front of 60, 70, 80, 100 people, whatever it is, and you're not even making a comment. Like, you could literally just post in here right now that, hey, this is my name and here's what I do, and I love what you're talking about, Austin, or hey, what you're talking about, Austin. I'm cool with either way. But that's a great way to broadcast yourself out without having to pay a single dollar for it. And I don't mind it. I don't think anyone minds it. Like, we want to know who you guys are. So this is a great opportunity. Like Ravine said, hello, Ravine, but I have no idea who Ravine is. But if Ravine actually goes in detail and talks about what she does and who she is, just a little few sentences there, it's a great way to broadcast yourself out, potentially generate leads, and make new connections. So live events are still super awesome when it comes to generating leads, content, creating information. Like, you could be doing one of these live events every single week and creating a whole course of content that you didn't even know you had to have or wanted to have. Next. She put her website in there, but I don't know what I Am a Beautiful Blessing is, and I'm not going to that website until I know what it is, Ravine. I'm sorry. Okay, social media, as in all other kinds of media, as in all other kinds of online media. So social media, look, they're all good. They all have their certain demographics and categories. You just got to figure out which one that you like the most. Like, you got to figure out which social media is the perfect fit for you, and which one do you think you will enjoy the most, and where are your clients at the most. So if you can figure out how to figure out which social media you totally want to crush, then do it. Like, go ahead and fire away at it. Like, if you say that you want to do YouTube and literally make sure that people are focused on that, rock and roll, like, and that's where you want to get your people from. If you want to focus on LinkedIn, then do that first. So whichever social media you want to pick, every single one has an option, but the challenge is you can't be great at all of them. So figure out which one you want to be good at, and then kind of go from there. Okay, so we kind of got leads down, right? So after we've generated leads, we have to have a website that actually works. Like, if you don't have a website that actually works, then what's the point of doing all of this stuff? You get what I'm saying? Like, you can have all these leads, but if you don't have a website that actually converts leads into sales or converts the traffic into leads, it's a total waste of time. And we've spent a ton of time on these calls talking about funnels. And so it goes through this process of, you have to understand what the difference is between a corporate site and a website. A corporate site is for giving people information. A funnel site is used to actually generate leads. So you have to have a great funnel site. You have to have a great funnel site that actually converts. And you have to test this, and we're going to talk about systems next, but you have to test this and figure out which one is the good one, which one's the bad one. And it might take you 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks to get it done perfectly, but that's okay. It's a process. And so, number one, you got to have a website that converts. Sorry, my converts is spelled bad. You have to have a website that converts. So if you have a website today that you know for a fact that if you send people to, that no one's going to buy, and you're literally doing nothing about it, you're literally wasting every single day of this quarantine. Like this quarantine that we've been put in is literally a blessing for all of you that have totally shit the can or shit the bed, whatever you want to call it, on not getting your website perfect. And it doesn't matter if you have funds or don't have funds. It doesn't matter if you want to hire someone or not hire somebody. There are so many, like you can go to youtube.com and learn how to do whatever you want in the next few hours, right? Or you can go hire someone and they can do it for you. It doesn't matter. We're here. We'll help you with it. But there's all these different, websites that will work or won't work. And so now's the time to make sure that your website actually does work. So how do you make it work? You drive traffic to it. So step one is that you have to make sure it actually generates the lead, okay? And then step two, you have to make sure it actually generates the sale. So it's got to generate the lead and then the sale. So website that converts, lead to sale, right? And you have to make sure that all this is in process. And we're going to talk about tools in a second, so I'm not going to get into this yet, but it's so important during this phase and during this time that you actually go through and do this stuff. Like you have so many hours every single day that you really can't do much, or that you're not allowed to do that much. You're not allowed to leave. You can't go out to restaurants. You can't go out to dinner, that kind of thing. The whole country's with it now. So make sure that your website's working. If it's not working, you're totally crushing. You're hurting your business in the long run. And you could say, oh, well, no one's going to buy my stuff now. That's fine. If no one's going to buy your stuff now, it is what it is. If that's what you believe, that's what you believe. But will they buy it in 6 months? Will they buy it in 9 months? Because a website that's set up correctly is going to be good for a long period of time. A website that doesn't work is never going to start working just because things change. Like if your website doesn't work now, if your website doesn't convert now, then you're totally missing the boat on this opportunity that you've been given to make sure this stuff crushes. When it comes to building out these websites, I think you got to be really careful because there's so many different opportunities out there today. Like there's so many people offering funnel build outs and so many people offering to help work on your websites, and there's different tools and systems and all this types of stuff. Guys, you just have to kind of go with your gut and figure out what works. We're here to help you if you need it. You can ask us questions. You can schedule consultations with us. You can Facebook message me. You can text in. You know, I'm totally cool at looking at whatever system that you're looking at. I don't care if you buy someone else's funnel builder. That's awesome. Just make sure that the stuff works. Make sure that it converts. If it doesn't convert, no good, right? Let me just make sure I'm getting these questions. Yes, I am. What's up, Brett? I see Brett here. See a bunch of people here. Cool. Okay, continuing on this. So first we got leads. Second, we got a website that converts, and we got leads that leads to a sale. After this process is done, you have to make sure that you have good follow-up. You have to have good follow-up afterwards. Can we remove that Power Team Global thing maybe? I don't know if anyone's here that can do that. Follow-up. So you got leads, you got a website that's working, generating the leads, but if you got no follow-up, it's not good. I know everyone in this call has heard the fortunes in the follow-up. It's totally true. You have to have great follow-up. And in today's world, you want to make sure you're following up in multiple steps, not just one. You want to make sure that you're following up via email. You want to make sure you're following up via text. You want to make sure you're following up via phone call. You want to make sure you're following up via live events even. You want to make sure you're following up via social media. Wherever it is your customers spend the most time, that's where you want to follow up. And so you have to put these systems into place to make sure that the follow-up is working. Like, for instance, if you don't do text message marketing, you should. Like we have a site called Power Team SMS.com. Let me just double check that to make sure that's correct before I. Yes, it is. So Power Team SM. Ooh, right here? Yeah, there we are. PowerTeamSMS.com. PowerTeamSMS.com. That allows you to do all your mobile follow-up. It's like less than like 30, 40 bucks a month. You can, I mean, most of you got on this call via text. That's how we do it. We use PowerTeamSMS.com. It's your complete message marketing, like everything. Like it creates the pages for you. It does all the follow-up text messaging. Like this is something that you could do today and have it done in like an hour and a half to then be ready to follow people via text. Like, I know during this period of time, like if you've texted someone, you've probably got a response like almost instantaneously because people aren't doing as much. And so that because of that fact, like if you're sending messages, people are reading them. Like I'm sure email open rates right now are probably higher than they've ever been because of the fact that people are reading everything. I know for a fact, just like myself, and probably every single one of you in this chat, there's been times during this quarantine where you're just like so bored out of your mind, you're not sure what to do. I don't care how much you're working, I don't care how much you're doing. That's awesome. There's still times where you're like, man, but so when you get those messages, you're reading them. When you get those emails, you're going through them. So now's the time to make sure that you have these things set up properly. Okay, next when it comes to follow-up, you want to use something like a MailChimp. You want to use something like an Aweber, a Constant Contact to follow up via email. So you want to make sure you have an email follow-up system. You want to make sure you have email follow-up as well. Like if you don't have email follow-up, then you're missing out on a big part of the business. So you want to make sure that you're having that set up. Now, which systems do that? We just talked about a few of them, but it doesn't matter which one you use. They all pretty much do the same thing. They send out emails. And so because of that, just pick the one that you like and rock with it. Like if you want to use Constant Contact because you really like images and videos, cool, do it. If you like to use just straight text messages, then use MailChimp. Whichever one you want to use. Sweet. Next. Phone calls. Like I think now more so than ever, people pick up the phone, people want to talk on the phone, people crave human interaction. So if you call somebody, the chance of them actually picking up is very, very high. So as long as you're generating quality leads, spend the time to call them. Like spend the time to actually get a hold of them and spend the 20 minutes to schedule a call. Like if you're doing any kind of phone consultations, your business should actually be skyrocketing, right? Like everyone's getting their stimulus checks. They got the money to spend now. Like, look, stimulus away, And so because of that, like, you should be setting up phone calls. If you don't have some kind of a lead, or sorry, like an online calendar scheduler, you should totally have that done. Like, it's insane. It's very powerful right now. And so, like, your biggest thing is that you have to do it, right? Like, if we look at all of this, like this is a good foundation for, Calendly's cool. This is a good foundation for, it starts with leads, then it goes to website, then to make sure we follow up on things. And so you have all these different tools here. You just have to put all these things into place. Now, here's the big challenge, right? Like you can't have one set up and then just skip the other ones. Like if you have great follow-up, but you have no lead generation, that sucks. If you have a great website but no leads, that's no good. If you have a great website with leads but no follow-up, you're going to lose money. So you want to make sure, let's just say for the next week or 2 weeks, you spend a good solid amount of time to go through and set all this stuff up. Maybe 5-6 days after that, during that period, you test it to make sure it works. And then you have some kind of an official launch, right? So this kind of goes through like what some of this stuff should look like. Okay, if you guys have questions, please fire away questions. I'm going to check the other channels really quick just to make sure I'm not missing any questions. I think I'm pretty good here, but I just want to double check. What's up, Nave? I saw Nave in here. Okay, we're good here. So if you got questions, fire away questions. We'll go at them. I love questions. I like interaction. It is no fun at all talking to myself, but I mean it's fun, but it's just not as fun. Sweet. Okay, now going through like, how do we use all of this stuff in conjunction, right? Like once it's all set up, what do we do? Step 1 is drive traffic, right? Step 1 is totally drive traffic. Step 2 is test. So how do we test all this stuff that we just created. You have to use, in my opinion, 2 systems. Number 1 is Google Analytics. And number 2 is MouseFlow. Talk about both of these in a second here. One sec. Like to test this stuff, you should use Google Analytics and MouseFlow. Google Analytics is a really simple software that's free. It plugs into your website and it just tells you how long people have been on your websites. Are they staying? Are they leaving? Which websites do they like? Which websites do they don't like? Which like parts of the site they like and don't like? And it gives you very simple numbers that is really easy to log into and check. Number 1 rule of Google Analytics is really simple. You have to actually log in to use it. If you don't log in to use it, it doesn't really work. Number 2, MouseFlow. MouseFlow is a really cool system that actually allows you to watch what people are doing on your website. So it shows you where their mouse is going. It shows you where they're spending their time at. It gives you suggestions on things you like or don't like. And it's like $20 or $30 a month, I believe. And so it's a great, awesome tool to use that, you can use to then put all of this stuff into play. Like MouseFlow uses all of this stuff. You can use MouseFlow and Google Analytics to track all of these different things, right? And once all these things are once you, let's say, run 500 people through it, right away, do I have a website that converts, or does my website still suck? I need to change it, and so it's a great period of time to kind of go through some of these things and make sure that some of these things are working and not and make them even better. Trying to figure out what else I want to talk to you guys about because we went through this a little bit faster than I normally thought of. Let me have some more coffee. We'll figure it out. Hey, Eric, good to see you, brother. Now, here's the thing, like, there's 2 options, basically, right? Like, option 1 is this. Ooh, that's the worst Y I ever made. That's my Y. Don't make fun of me. Do it yourself. Option 1 for doing this is doing it yourself. Like, I've always been a big believer in if you really like doing it, then do it. If you don't like doing it, don't do it. Now, I know times are different, and we live in a different world right now, and it probably will be for a little bit. So if you want to do this stuff yourself, you can. You just have to understand, like, it's going to take you a lot more time. It's going to be a lot more work, and there's definitely systems and resources out there. Like I said earlier, YouTube's a great tool to go and learn whatever it is that you want to learn. But I think doing it yourself is going to always take a lot longer, right? Like, I think trying to figure out how to create these websites and plug these websites in and like build out the content and make sure the technology works and make sure the coding works. It's just a lot of extra work. And so, if you want to do it, rock and roll. If you don't want to do it, that's okay. The next option is done for you. DFY. Not a huge fan of done for you either, because then you're just like having someone create it all for you and you're like, okay, thanks. And then you're like not really sure how to use it all, which sometimes can work and sometimes can if they've like really helped you using it. But just straight done for you is very interesting. I think that there are so many people offering done for you for, I don't know, lower rates than they normally would. And I would just be very cautious of that. Like, I'm not a big believer in the done for you process. I would make sure that it's really someone that you trust and it's really something that's going to do. And I would never get like a done for you, or I'd be very cautious about getting it done for you where they say they're going to build out the whole process. It's a ton of work by yourself. It's a ton of work if someone does it for you. Either way, it's a ton of work. And so you have to understand you're creating multiple processes here, multiple follow-ups, multiple emails, multiple pages, multiple tons and tons of content and copy. So yeah, just be cautious there. And then lastly, obviously, is DIT, which means do it together. It's probably my favorite way to do it. I think doing things together, like with someone that really knows what they're doing, and while you like for instance, if I were to work with somebody today, I would make sure that they're really good at what they're good at, and I'm really good at what I'm good at. So it doesn't matter what it is that you're doing. Like, if I'm gonna hire a personal trainer, I want to know that the personal trainer is really good at getting people results, as long as the person commits. And my job is going to be really good at committing, right? Like, same thing with online. If someone hires me for online, I need to make sure that they really know their shit and they know their niche and they know what they're doing. and they're just not talking about it, right? And so you want to make sure that if you're going to do it together with someone, that you really are. You really understand what you're getting into, and the other person understands what they're getting into. But I do believe it's probably the best of both worlds. It's always probably more affordable than done for you. It's a lot less headaches than doing it yourself, unless the person's a headache, or vice versa, either way. But it's definitely the best way. Like for the last 4 years, we've done a class called Residual Mastery, and that's basically where we build out people's entire funnels, and we make sure that all their stuff works and processes and converts and yada, yada, yada. And it's weird because we haven't done one in a little bit. We had one scheduled last month, and obviously that wasn't going to work out very well because we weren't going to spread anything, right, or make anything worse for anybody. And so now we've kind of pivoted where we're doing a lot of the stuff online. And if you're interested in that, like, you can text in, we can schedule a call, or you can shoot me a message. But I think doing it together is definitely probably the best way to do all this stuff. I think it's probably the simplest way to scale, the simplest way to get the best results. Also probably the most affordable when it comes to investment plus time, and is a home run situation all the way around. So if you're going to do any of these things, if you're going to build out these processes and funnels, that's definitely the way to do it. Let's see, I think I have some. Hey, Peter, what's up, brother? We're just doing a little Facebook Live here, Twitch Live and Facebook Live, and we're live all over the place, so it's pretty cool. Guys, if you have any questions whatsoever about anything that we talked about, fire away. If you don't have questions, what's up, Michael? What's up, Brett? What's up, Michelle? A bunch of people saying hi. Hello, guys. If you got questions, fire away your questions. I didn't understand Paul's question, but something about Skull in Phoenix. But if you have questions whatsoever about anything that we're going on, getting, or any of this other we talked about, fire away at them. Tips on getting great marketing partners. Yeah, we talked about that with referrals. Like, I think you just have to have conversations with the right people. Questions people might ask is landing page short copy versus long copy and or choice of lead. Yeah, I mean, landing page short copy versus long copy is really a thing of like, what do you prefer better? I don't have any qualms against either one of them. I think it's really just depending on what do people want. Like, are your people, if you're selling some kind of financial product, people usually like things that are longer and can read more. If you're selling some kind of weight loss product, people probably just want to get to the point. Drop my marker, sorry. So yeah, it's kind of like, and getting great marketing partners is obviously testing and figuring out who's good and who's not and who has the audience. And obviously here at Power Team, we're a pretty good marketing partner. So if you're looking for people to help you market, we could definitely help you market. We've got this is called Boss Coffee. It's pretty good. But yeah, if you're looking for great marketing partners, we're totally here and available, and we have no shortage of outreach and no shortage of customers and people to put you in touch with that could probably sell your product if we're not the right fit. And all you gotta do is reach out. We're totally available and here pretty much 24/7. Barbara, we pick up the phone much more. Cool, I like that. Should pick up the phone much more. People want to answer them. Do I work with Canadians? Oh no, Canadians are no. Of course, we love Canadians. Yeah, we don't care if you're Canadian. We obviously, you guys, we can't go to your country right now, and it's very weird that we're not even allowed to go to Mexico. Like, they've finally worked out some way or the other, right? The border's closed. But yeah, worked with tons of Canadians, done a ton of stuff in Vancouver and Toronto and all over Canada. We love Canadians. Thanks, Don. The big thing is it all takes time, but got to do it. Yeah, I mean, it does take time, but I think that's like, look, you got nothing but time. You don't know when you don't know when things are going to go back to normal. I mean, if I'm a betting man, I think we're still here for another 45 days. And so, especially Chicago, like, we're obviously a different place in the country are different, but Chicago's still pretty bad. And it seems like to be increasing quite a bit. And I'm sure the St. Patrick's Day parade did not help because people were still having a good old time out there. And so, yeah, like, totally, you got the time to do it. So now is definitely the time to do it. Yeah, the borders are finally closed, Precious. They finally got what they wanted. We're not allowed to go anywhere. Americans aren't allowed to leave. It's great. Any other questions, guys? Fire away your questions if you got questions. If not, like, at the end of the day, the most important thing is actually going through and doing this stuff. Like, you just got to get it done. Like, you have plenty of time to do it. You have plenty of resources and help to do it. We're here every single week, every Tuesday, talking about this stuff and going through this. But you know, it's at a certain point that you have to realize you have to stop talking about it and it's time to start doing it, right? Like, it's definitely time to, you can only learn so much, right? Like learning is great and everything, but learning without application is pretty much useless. And so you probably learned enough in the last month. Like if we've been in quarantine for over a month, like you probably learned enough in the last month. And so now's the time to apply, like apply. Yeah, I'm here in Chicago. Yeah, Barbara, Chicago's be nice if it got a little warmer, but not yet. True, but learning new apps weekly. Yeah, keep learning new stuff. All right, any other questions, guys? Anything else you guys want to talk about? I'm here. If not, we're going to wrap this up. I'll give you guys a few seconds here to ask some questions and things of that nature. So to understand done with you website, I need to text the above number to know. Yeah, sure. Yeah, text the above number 26786, or you can shoot me a message on Facebook and we can hop on a call. Either way works. If you text the 268-786 number, we're sending out a questionnaire shortly that you'll have to fill out. And then, yeah, we'll hop on a call. Makes your Tuesday cool. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate that. Hope you guys like it. If you like this, just say you like it. Tell me you like it. I like to hear that you guys like it, because obviously this is my one source of social interaction with people a week. Obviously on Thursdays too. We have a call on Thursdays too, but this is my big interaction day with everybody. And yeah, cool. Karen likes it. Sweet. I see we got some Twitch people in here. I like the Twitch. Pretty sweet. Love it, love it, love it. Cool. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate all of you. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. We have another training. I think the exact same time, and then all Thursday afternoon. We have some amazing training going on. I know Brian Tracy is speaking, which is going to be pretty awesome. Some amazing speakers from San Diego and all over the country. Appreciate all you guys. Love you guys. Stay safe. And at the end of the day, put this stuff into work. Like, I think that's where it really gets into, you got to start to work on it. Yeah, Speaker Mastery is tomorrow, Wednesday, 6 p.m. So love you guys. Appreciate y'all. Stay safe. Keep the families good. And yeah, get to work on this stuff. Bye, everybody.